Hi guys, welcome back. So I am in the field this morning. Well, I say this morning, it's actually like 12 o'clock. This afternoon, I just finished mowing this field. Brent has raked some of it, but he just went to get fuel. He had to fuel up before he finished. So I think he's got like 5 rows done or something like that. He hasn't gotten the middle done yet. You can see my job is done. So I'm gonna take the mowing machine back and park that. It did a great job today. It's been cutting really, really good for not having new knives and doing second crop. A lot of times second crop is so thick. Obviously it's not super thick this year, so maybe that's why it's cutting so good. But sometimes it leaves swirls and stuff if you don't have brand new knives, but it's doing a great job. For what it is, she's an old girl, but a good girl. Obviously the International is always amazing because it's the best tractor ever. So anyway, I got a lot of things to catch you up on back at the farm. We've had some happenings. I did use the baler. What is that? Cobweb? I used the baler yesterday, I think, and for some strange reason it worked perfectly. Obviously the monitor's still not working, but the baler itself never screwed up once. I did 10 bales, I guess it was. Not much, but still it never screwed up. Well, I didn't have to get off and cut in a net or anything, so I don't know what's going on. We did find out because Brent called somebody who's really, really good with these balers that we've called before in the past. And he said that he can actually rewire the whole baler, and he's done this before for himself. He can rewire the whole thing so that you don't need that monitor at all. Of course, they do, I guess, repair the monitors, and I have to look into that a little bit more because a lot of you guys have sent me things on that, so I'm going to look into those. I almost got hit by a dragonfly. That was weird. A little flyby there. I'm going to look into that and see if we can maybe send it somewhere to have it looked at or fixed, I guess. I don't really know. Nobody really, I guess the whole Vermeer company is really, really hard to work with. A lot of stuff comes from Canada. A lot of stuff you can't get anymore. Most of the time they send the wrong things from Germany. It sounds like it can just be a mess. So, like the guy who Brent was talking to said, they are the best baler in the world, but they're also the worst baler in the world. They're the best as far as they make beautiful bales. When they work, they're amazing. But when they're not working, it's usually a nightmare because it's a nightmare to deal with the company, and the balers themselves just have too much crap on them. Too many sensors, too many wires, just too much stuff. Short of buying another baler, which isn't really an option because we've looked and there's absolutely nothing around here. Unless you want to buy a brand new one, there's nothing around here for used ones, so you'd have to travel if you want a used one, especially a fixed chamber because those are hard to come by anyway. And we would want a fixed chamber because we do silage or baleage because we don't actually chop it. You'd actually call it baleage because we, if you're new here, we wrap it in this white film and you leave it for like 19 or 20 something days or something like that. And it ferments and it's beautiful feed. The cows love it. It's good for them. But because we do that, we wouldn't really want to go with a belt baler because Brent's had belt balers in the past and they've just never done a good job on silage. You can break belts really easy. Those are expensive now. I think belts are like $500-600 a piece now. So if you broke one of those and you did that quite often, that would get expensive pretty fast. So we would definitely want another fixed chamber if we did get one. But we're not thinking about going that route yet. We just want to figure out what's wrong with the one we have because it is a good baler. It's a great baler. I love it when it works. But when it doesn't work, it just makes your life miserable because it's just, there's so much to it. It's very, very complicated, especially for being an older baler. It's still really, really complicated. Even the guy said, they're just one of a kind. There's a lot to them. I was going somewhere with this story. So when he was talking to him, he said he actually rebuilds the oilers. So we're going to take the oiler off when we're done baling this fall. And we're going to send that to him and he's going to fix it over the winter or at least see what he can do with it. He said he probably can fix it. So we'll send that to him so we won't have to worry about spraying the chains anymore. And he was going to talk with him a little bit more about how we would rewire that if we had to go that route where we wanted to get rid of the monitor. Obviously now it's fine not having the screen as long as everything's working. If the baler starts throwing codes and things that I won't be able to tell what's happening because the monitor screen isn't working, that's when we're going to hit a problem. So unless it's easy and something I can just figure out, like for some reason, you know, the net's not running or the net is not cutting or something like that, and I know what the code is because I can physically see what's happening, that's not going to be a problem. But if it starts throwing things like wires broken or something else like that that I can't really see, that's when we're going to start having a problem. Or maybe the monitor's just going to stop working altogether. I don't know. But like I said, there were some things I want to show you back at the farm, so enough talking. We'll get back there. I'll show you guys a few things that have been going on the last couple days. Oops, gotta have the key on if you want to start the tractor. 1 minute. Finally used up all that cornmeal that they brought. Okay, so you can see we've already got the barn ready for tonight, which always looks nice. I love to come in here when everything's ready. I hate it when we leave something like I didn't hoe out or I didn't bed or something, and you have to do that before you milk. It just looks like a lot of work after you've been working most of the day. So we do have that done. And I also swept in the hay that was left over from this morning, so I don't have to do that tonight either. I wanted to show you guys the baby that was born in the last video. So she's like 4 days old now, I think. She's doing fantastic. She's a cute little girl. I do think we're going to be keeping her. I don't even think I told you guys for sure in the last video that it was a heifer. It is a heifer, and we're probably going to end up keeping her. Her mother is a great milker, so I think she's going to be a good addition. She's just got the sweetest little face, and she had really blue eyes before, but I think they've kind of changed since she's a little bit older, but she's a good eater, so I think she's going to do great. And probably we can move the older heifer over and put her with Sadie, so then Sadie will still have a friend, but we'll also be able to put the older heifer over in the other barn, so she won't be making a huge mess of the cafeteria. But you guys can probably see what I wanted to show you was this little baby boy right here, who was actually born later the same night as her. His mother came up and she was acting really, really strange. She was not ready to calve yet. She was weeks early. We dried her off 4.5 weeks ago. And you can tell because he is the smallest calf I've ever seen. He literally probably weighs like maybe 35 pounds, maybe. And he's put on a lot of weight since he was born. We were very worried that he wasn't going to be okay. He is fully formed, but you can just see he's just too early. He's not quite right. So I think something was definitely wrong with her pregnancy with him, because she shouldn't have calved that early. She hadn't bagged at all. She just wasn't ready. She wasn't dilated enough. She didn't even try to push him out. We had to pull him out because we could see that she was starting to calve, but she just spent hours in that first stage where she just had a little bit of the sac hanging out, and that was it. And she wasn't pushing. She was in distress, but she wasn't doing anything. We finally broke the sac, found his legs, and pulled him out, and he's fine. I don't think he would have made it if it hadn't been for that. That was Brent's call, so I think he made a good call there. But Mom, on the other hand, she's doing great. Like, she's not sick or anything, but she just has not come into her milk, and I'm not sure if she's going to. I will show you guys her tonight when she comes in. But yeah, he's a good eater. He eats a whole bottle. I don't know where he puts it. I really don't, because he's just so tiny. It's like, look at this. I mean, we've had calves before that touch the top of that cage, and he's just like so teeny tiny. You can pick him up with one arm and just carry him around. We do have a home for him. Somebody's coming to pick him up tomorrow, I think. because he'll be 5 days old tomorrow, so definitely old enough to go, and he's had a great start. He never missed a feeding. He's a lucky little guy. Oh, and I did name her Charlotte as well. So, yeah, she's got a full belt, but he doesn't, and both of their moms are full jerseys. I'm not really sure why that happens, but I'm going to take a break for the rest of the afternoon, and we'll catch up with you guys later tonight. All right, it's nighttime. We just are pretty much finished. We've got to milk out the fresh cow that I wanted to show you guys, and then they can go outside. Brent's just sucking in the air right now. But here is our lady. This is Claire. You guys probably remember when I said we dried her off, because it really wasn't that long ago. So, hasn't been milked yet, and this is what she's looking like. She has a little milk in her right side of her bag, but the left side of her bag has almost nothing. And it's been 4 days. We've been doing everything we can think of, massaging her udder, putting liniment on her, trying to stimulate her to make milk at all. And none of it's working, but we are milking her out separately. I was just too lazy to grab the bucket milker, so we're gonna milk her through the line, take the pipe out of the tank and everything, and just put it into a 5-gallon pail, and then Brent's gonna take it in to test it, to see if she has any antibiotics left in her system, which I don't think she does. We've milked her out. This is the 7th time. If she did, because she hasn't been dry long enough, if she did have any in her system, it should be out by now. So he's gonna test that, and we'll know tomorrow morning. It only takes 3.5 hours or 3 hours or something like that. But we'll know by tomorrow morning if we can put her in the tank or not, what little she has. I mean, you can see this quarter right here is full. It's nice and hard. And this one's pretty good, but the rest of them, there's just no milk in them. They're not, they don't have mastitis. She's not sick. She eats really, really well. She looks fine. She acts healthy, drinks and eats and craps and everything she should do. She's just not making milk. If things don't change for her in the next week or so, or a couple of weeks, then we're probably gonna have to consider selling her, because she's not gonna have another calf for 9 months. So we might as well just get a heifer to put in her place or something, because she is older. I think she's 7, but she could possibly be older than that. We don't really know 100% since we bought her for somebody else, but we'll get that machine on her, see if she gives anything at all. Everybody in the barn is just kind of chillaxing right now. Some of them are sleeping. Number 8 is sleeping. Yeah. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. So I went out baling already today, and I think I got like 14 or 15 or something like that out of the field we just did. And the baler screwed up twice. So I brought it back here, and I'm gonna blow it out with this leaf blower that one of you guys gave us. I've just been trying to figure out how to use it, honestly, for the last 5 minutes. So I think if you press this button here, it like, oh, I turned it up. So this button turns it up, apparently. So we'll put it in the middle, because that seemed like it was a lot. But the lowest one didn't seem like it's quite enough, so we'll put it in the middle. And then I think if you push this button in when you're holding the trigger button, that it'll hold it so you don't have to stand there and hold the trigger the whole time, which is nice. So let's see what we can get done before Brent comes back, because he's wrapping those bales I just did. It's not going to take him long because there's only 15. What I'm looking for is broken wires, because I want to see for sure if there's anything broken to the baler monitor before we try and get a new one. I'm also going to show you guys how I'm going to try to get that monitor fixed. It's going to be a process if we can actually do what I think we can. I'll explain later. So you guys were not kidding, this works great. It doesn't get off all the little hard stuck on pieces that have like grease on them or they're just wet, but it gets everything else off really, really well. So I'm surprised. It does a really good job. I totally just forgot. I still have a bale in the baler. I gotta dump that out because Brent wants to feed it inside tonight. It was most of a bale, not a whole thing, so he didn't want to wrap it. So we're just gonna feed it to him tonight. It'll be good for him. So I'm gonna dump that out now. Looks a lot better. Alright, that's a messy job, but it does look a lot better. Now I'm gonna see if I can follow some of the wires and see if anything looks damaged at all. So this is the toggle switch wire. That doesn't have anything to do with the problem. This is the monitor wire right here. So this is the battery one and this is the monitor one. So this goes back, and I did notice that it's attached to this whole thing, which I don't really understand what this whole thing is, but I did see that this wire does have a slice in it. So I'm going to put some electrical tape around that. And it doesn't seem crimped. Looks fine. That's not good. There we go. There. first thing I tell you when you go to a computer store is, did you unplug it, plug it back in? So maybe this will work. Nope, nothing. I am gonna do one thing before I shut the baler. I do need to grease the chains, so there we go. Alright, so I guess that's all we can do. At least we got it cleaned up a little bit. And I don't see anything that is visibly wrong with the wiring to the monitor, so I guess it just has to be the display. I do have to check to cross-reference a few things because we did find one, and I think we may possibly buy that and have somebody put that in, because you do have to solder it in, and it looks like quite a job. So I think you could probably take it to any computer specialist. We would try to figure out how to rewire the baler like I was telling you guys about yesterday, I think it was. But since the monitor is still completely functioning and the baler is having no problems communicating with the monitor, it's just simply the screen. I think for now, since it's like, I feel like it's just a little bit under $200 for this replacement screen. That does seem to be the cheaper, easiest option if that works. And then someday down the road, we may have to possibly try to wire the baler up so you can do everything manually, if that's too much of a job, or maybe we find another baler. So yeah, I'm gonna shut this up just in case it rains, and then we've got to run. Poof, dust. All right guys, so we had to hit the road. I brought the monitor with me because I knew Brent had to make a stop. We're at the hardware store right now, and he is picking up some little part for the wrapper that it needs. And while he was doing that, I wanted to take a look at the monitor. So I opened that up, and I just realized that it has these even smaller screws right here that I could take apart, so then I could maybe see what was going on behind there on the screen. So I'm gonna do that when we get back, but the one I have is not small enough. That's tiny. I don't even know what that is. This is a 10. A torque one, a 10, and that's the smallest that came in that pack. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to find some special thing to do that or not. Maybe we have something back home, but I wanted to show you guys because I'm gonna grab my phone here for a second. I wanted to show you what one of you guys actually sent it to me, and then I found something off of that, and I wanted to show you guys, or I wanted to see if it was the same thing and show you guys if it was. So now I have to find it, which so yeah, I don't think it's exactly the same. Of course, I'd have to take this out, but it doesn't look the same to me. So what's that for?
I found something in there. You can make a link. I mean, I can.
So this is for like the strap that holds on your hydraulic.
Yeah, I had a strapping, but the bolts that came with that strapping was like a number 60 master link, and they're too big to go through the holes.
Okay.
So these are just right.
So those will work?
Yep.
Oh, good. I was looking at this picture, and I don't think it's the same. If you look at this,
yeah,
and then you look at this picture, oops, upside down. There you go. You look at this picture. I don't think it's not the same.
No. No.
It's similar, yes.
It didn't work today, did it?
No. I mean, the whole monitor itself, yeah, worked perfect. I don't know if they have more on the same website or not. We shall find out. Set this all right here for now so I don't lose it. Oh, and I dropped a screw right through that hole.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that? There we go. You need an Allen?
Yeah.
Can I have one of those to test it out?
Yeah.
With?
Right here. And here's the driver we need. We need a driver for that.
Yeah. It's a nice looking bale.
Yeah.
Makes a good bale. Just drive you crazy trying to make it. So, our Allen wrenches are here. Let's see if we can pick the right one the first time. This looks promising. Okay. So that's right. Now we need a driver for this. There we go.
That's going.
It is?
Yeah, it's going.
Okay. Here. This is what you need for this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you're gonna have to hold it. There, keep going. There, that's good. Oh, got that fixed. Yeah, that'll be good. Perfect.
Now you can wrap to your little heart's content.
Yeah.
What do you always call it? Oh. Is it Moses' wrapper? Is that?
Moses. Moses owned this before me. He bought it secondhand too.
I can't get out.
See this little thing right here?
What?
That little thing? That's where he hung his staff.
Hey, you can't complain too much about that. Probably paid for itself like 100 times over.
Yeah. 23rd year was it?
23rd?
23rd year was it?
Yeah, how many people get 23 years out of any piece of
That's
equipment?
what we call frugal.
The frugal farmers. That's what we'll rename it.
Yeah.
Frugal farming. Somebody made a mess of my organized thing already. Oh well. So I'm gonna head home. It's coffee time for me. It's like almost 3 o'clock. It's 2:30 right now. We didn't really get anywhere on the baler except getting it cleaned out. And I do know now that it's not anything electrical going to the, or from the baler to the monitor. It definitely is the screen. I think maybe that screen that we were looking at might possibly work. I watched a video on it and the monitor that he was putting it in looked very similar, so I don't know if it's just a little bit of a different screen. Maybe it's a newer one, but it looks like it could possibly work. It might be worth $180 just to see. If that's a possibility we could pop that in there and that would work. All you have to do is solder it in and it's not really a big deal, so maybe I could even do it myself. I don't know, we shall see, but thank you guys so much for joining me as always. I hope you enjoyed this video such as it was. We didn't really get anywhere, but that's farming sometimes. So keep it real, you guys. Keep farming, and I'll see you in the next video.